Welcome back to Rob's Arcade, just a comic book page. Welcome back to Rob's Arcade, guys. I'm your host, as always, the magnificent, the astonishing Rob French. And we're here today with another midweek breakdown. But this is a really cool midweek breakdown because this is actually, I think, I don't even know anymore. I think like my 10th straight post on YouTube in a row. Like I started posting over the weekend, just giving you guys some cool stuff to look at leading up to May the 4th Be With You celebration, which was yesterday. And today, I guess you could call it Cinco de Mayo, but in my house, it is, aside from being my dad's birthday, happy birthday, Pops, also Revenge of the 5th. Thank you very much, where we kind of still continue to do the whole Star Wars and watch all the movies and everything. But because of all the posting I did over the weekend, I just didn't stop. And I think today is like my 10th straight video. So I'm pretty pumped about that. I'm pretty excited. I love getting you guys new content. And one of the promises I made you guys coming into season 2 was that I was going to try to be more on a schedule and try to give you guys more content so there wasn't a whole lot of like time lacking in between different posts. So I'm really excited just for that reason, but it's also, like I said, the midweek breakdown, and it's been a pretty jazzy week. I've been pretty excited about this week. It's already halfway done. It doesn't feel like Wednesday. The whole schedule's been a little off. Today I'm working later tonight, actually. Typically, Wednesday is my day off, but the Marichis, the managers, owners at the restaurant I work at, they are actually out of town. They're at vacation at Turks and Caicos, having a good time, and oh yeah, yeah. It's been a really chill environment there. There hasn't been a whole lot of craziness. Sometimes, I mean, you gotta love that Italian hot blood. There's sometimes even when there's not like yelling at their employees or at customers or at cooks or whatever, they're always like yelling at each other. And so it's just been really chill. I'm not yelling, I'm Italian. It's been really chill, really cool vibes there all week long. And because they're out of town, we've had like a lot of help and a lot of hands on deck. So it's just felt like a lot of fun and kind of like the same vibe we used to get on like Friday nights when we had like the full gang there, everybody, 2 busboys, like 5 servers, 2 people up front running to goes. I mean, it was like a full house. And it kind of reminds me of that now and a little bit reminiscent of how things were, I guess, pre-COVID. So it's just been a really cool week, really fun. The customers have been really chill, not a whole lot of craziness. Of course, there's a little bit of crazy in every batch. Speaking of batches, Bad Batch dropped yesterday, which was freaking amazing. Such a great series. The first episode was like an hour long. I wasn't expecting that. I kept like, what? Oh, is this the cliffhanger? And then it just kept going. And finally I was like, how long is this thing? I was, oh my God, I still got like another 36 minutes left. This is amazing. Really great first episode. Really excited to see where that's going to go. And I just love all the characters. I love the Rambo looking uh, clone and just all the different variations. And it's just got me also going back. I got up this morning and started watching the Clone Wars again. That's just a great animated series. So great job on that. I think that's a true test to anything that is done with a franchise, whether it be Star Wars or Marvel or DC or any of these things, that if you can get people to go back and revisit older titles, older games that are in that same franchise with new material, I think you're really doing a justice and you're doing your job. I think that's like, with WandaVision, every episode, people wanted to see more and more of the Avengers and who these guys were, and, Civil War, Age of Ultron, the last 2 Avengers movies, all of these things, their streaming just started like flying through the roof because people were interested in seeing this. And then they go back and they watch WandaVision again because now they are more familiar with the characters. And it's just a really great, brutal cycle to be part of. And I think Bad Batch is doing a great job in kind of keeping that momentum going and keeping that flavor and that lust and that power that Star Wars has just going. It's just more variety out there, something else for people to sink their teeth into, and it's just really, really great show. Truly recommend, if you haven't watched The Bad Batch, giving that a whirl after you, of course, stuck around for Rob's Arcade. Other than that, like I said, just been doing Star Wars, hanging out. Like I said, just in working when I'm not. Today, I'm actually going to be picking up my mom. Like I said, it's my dad's birthday, so we're going to be doing a little celebration, and she just retired. So I'm actually going to be taking her to the comic book shop with me. Now, I know I've been taking my wife with me. Our dog's still recovering, although you wouldn't know she's had surgery to look at her. She's running around the house with this cone, bulldozing everything in her way. It's funny, she's a little bulldog, little pit bull dog, little runt. And we're watching my mother-in-law's dog, and she's just bulldozing that thing right out, like using that cone like she's a triceratops. It's freaking hilarious. I love that. I love that girl so much. But yeah, she's doing great. She's just bouncing right back, literally hopping around the house. So, but because she's still recovering, my wife is, again, just kind of hanging at the house today. So I'm going to be taking my mom to the comic book shop. Hopefully, I'll get some cool footage of that. My mom's always a lot of fun anywhere we go. So stick around and we'll see what I picked up when I come back, guys. Let's go ahead. Let's mask up. Oh, this is a cool one. Wakanda Forever. And let's head out. See you on the outside, guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
shoot, I would have finding stuff. Probably if I went around more, I probably would have found more stuff. This good thing it took me out of there. It's like the oldest store when I did because forget about it.
Yeah.
Probably could have spent $100.
They're kind of like once a week and spend
70, 80 bucks.
not every week, but close to it.
I had a ball.
What'd you get?
I got this for Carrie Ann
Mm-hmm.
because it's Alice in Wonderland and it's a comic.
Mm-hmm.
I almost got me one. I got this really cool bag when I go on my trips with Mel and Maria. I can put my money in here and clip it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't gotta take my whole purse.
Mm-hmm.
In here, I got loads of fun. I got
Oh, it's all kinds.
pin, Under the Moon.
Mhm.
I love moons.
Oh, that's a good one.
Superman pin. Now I'm putting my ring on right away because I'm part of the Legion.
Do I have mine? I don't know if I have mine or not. Do I have
Then
mine? Oh, I do have mine.
Oh,
What?
what? Then I got a couple masks. I had to get Scooby-Doo because we Scooby-Doo.
Right.
You know,
Dooby-doo.
if you know anything about Scooby-Doo,
You
and
dooby-doo.
you know me,
We dooby-doo.
we got a Doobie-Doo. I'm gonna have to wear this one when I go to the store. Then I got,
Oh, that's fun. A DC mask.
you gotta have a couple of DC masks.
What's this on this ticket here?
Uh-huh.
Oh, it's probably locally made here.
Oh, I love this one, Wonder Woman.
Geeky Perry.
And then, I don't even know what this is.
Princess.
Brought a Battle of Wits.
So the movie. Battle of. Maybe it's a card game based on the movie.
Okay, well I have to get the movie then. And it's, oh yeah, it's inspired by the classics from The Princess Bride. All right, so,
We can watch that when we get home.
yep, we're gonna have to watch it. I'll pull my cards out and just kind of compare. Anyway, as you can see,
You had fun?
I had loads of fun, man. Thank you, Robert, for taking me to the comic book store today.
Well, you're retired now, so it's like, what else are you gonna do?
Yep.
Wow. Okay, that was a lot of fun. Doesn't matter where you take my mom. She's going to have a good time. She's going to find something to buy. She's going to find something to get. Something's going to catch her eye. Just always a good time hanging out with her. Always get super gnarled whenever I'm hanging out with her too. So ridiculous. But really great time. The guys at the comic shop really liked her a lot too. I think they just like me in general because I'm constantly just bringing people in there to spend money. Like my wife is always finding like comic books from like Disney and Star Wars and stuff, and You know, they're like, this guy, he's always just bringing people in here, just like spending money on our junk. So yeah, you just either they're gonna be sad when I leave. Um, all right, well, without further ado, we saw what she got. Let's go ahead and check out what I picked up today. What books? There were a lot of books today, and a lot of variants that I liked. Some stuff I didn't even know was coming out today. Let's see. Here we have. Okay, cool. First off the bat, Noctera 3. No peeking, guys. Don't look in here. Just no peeking. Noctera 3. Great series. Really cool. Post-apocalyptic. About the invasion of darkness and how it changes you once you stay in the darkness too long. All kind of weird creatures in there that have been transformed and mutated into other beasts and are just these crazy, weird hybrids. But really cool book by Scott Snyder. The art is amazing. Tony Daniel there. And there's been some cool variants that I've been picking up. I picked up a couple of the first run 1 and 2 variants, but I just grabbed one of these today. I didn't want to go too crazy because I already got so many other books. But this was a cool grab. This one didn't come out today. I don't remember seeing when it did, but this is something I've been seeing advertised in a lot of books, and it's something I've been wanting to pick up, and I finally just happened to be walking by, and I was like, oh, there! I must have been blind, or maybe something else was in front of it in the past, but really cool, dark story, and I think it's about if Spider-Man had become Venom, in a sense, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong about that, but in any sense, it's a cool Spider-Man Venom tale that I'm really looking forward to read. Got some more Spider-Man. Now this did come out today, number 65. Really cool run. I've been really digging the Spider-Man run. Spider-Man was one of the first superhero books I got into back in the day. It's one of those easy books you could just kind of pick up at your local grocery store, and there was a ton of books. Like there's just a ton of Spider-Man stuff out there, so you could read Amazing or Web of any of these were guaranteed just to be fun books. Sensational Spider-Man, Spectacular Spider-Man. I mean, there were just so many Spider-Man books available growing up. Speaking of Spider-Man, we had Spider-Man Curse of the Man-Thing. Now we have X-Men Curse of the Man-Thing. The story continues in this title here, which I'm not quite sure. I feel like I missed a few beats. I'm almost certain it was probably like Avengers Curse of the Man-Thing, probably before any of this, but been reading this series. Big fan of the Man-Thing, the Swamp Thing, any of those guys. They're just really cool stories. Toxic Avenger. That was the other one I couldn't think of. I was trying to think of the other guy. Excuse me. Like mutates into some weird thing. Toxic Avenger. Not quite the same thing as Man-Thing or Swamp Thing. But, oh, here we go. Speaking of Swamp Thing. We got Swamp Thing 3 out of 10 by V. Perkins and Spicer here doing the colors. Very cool cover. A little cameo from his plant friend there. Poison Ivy. Poison Ivy's sister, maybe? Sorry, I can hear somebody else out talking. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Oh, very cool. Speaking of Star Wars, we got Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters. Marvel. Very cool. We got 2 of these guys here. I'll show them one at a time here. And Boba the Fett there on the front. He's got a new series that should be coming out on Disney Plus pretty soon. There's a bunch of Disney Plus series supposed to be coming out pretty soon. But as we all saw from the final episode of the last season of Mandalorian, definitely looks like he's back in town. All right, this was something I didn't know was coming out today, and I just had to grab these. I'm not a huge fan of this series or anything, but these variants were just so cool. I just had to grab it. We're going to start here with just the title and, of course, the blank canvas there. Very awesome. The Invincible Red Sonja. Set these over here. We have this very Conan the Barbarian cover. Very cool. This one I really like, just very beautifully drawn, just gorgeous cover. Very beautifully done. And then this one was just too funny, and also very beautifully done. But got the sketch cover there with the sketch already on it, and then of course, great quote there from Red Sonja herself. Peasant. Peasant. Love it, love it, love it. What else is in here? Anything else? Oh yeah, we still got books. Books on days, books on days. The the fourth piece of Man-Bat versus Batman. Great series here, where when you got to come up with a supervillain and you're just not really sure, let's just take the first and the last name of the superhero, flip them around, and now you got Man-Bat. Doctor who changes himself, Dr. Langstrom, I believe it is, who changes himself from the man into the Man-Bat. Kind of like a Dracula, Dr. Jekyll, kind of a story where instead of changing into just like a mutant kind of a thing, he changes into like this Man-Bat feeding on blood throughout the city. And, of course, Batman has to use his noggin to figure out how to reverse the serum or figure out if it is truly Dr. Langstrom and not somebody else who has gotten a hold of his serum, which has also happened in the past, and that's just a whole nother story there. Really cool here on the New Frontier, new Robin title. Always love some Robin. Always been one of my favorites. I like Robin a lot more sometimes than Batman, only because Batman just, I don't know, he's so dark and brooding and doesn't really always have that personality. Robin's got a very cool personality, and I also always feel like Robin is just going to be a better superhero than Batman is at that age. So, for example, when Batman is 36 and Robin's like, whatever, 20-something, Batman's going to be better than Robin or Nightwing or whatever variation you want to use. I think that's where I was going with that. But, sometimes, and again, Robin's 13 or 14, and again, Batman's going to be better than him at that age. But when Robin becomes 36, he will be better than Batman's 36. He'll have all the experience and all the knowledge and all of those things, plus his own experience at the hands of Batman, the world's greatest detective. So I've always liked his sidekicks just a little bit more because there's a little bit more personality, and I always feel like by the time Damian hits 36, he's going to be able to take down like Superman with one hand tied behind his back. Yeah. Speaking of Batman, we got a new Batman on the block. The second son, the next Batman. Really cool story. It's kind of a follow-up to the Future State stories that came out recently, and I really like those stories too. Those are some really cool stories, almost in that same kind of like, let me grab it real quick. Kind of in that same tone of the What If comics that we have, which I used to read a lot of growing up, and it's kind of like, well, what if this and what if that? And the Future State kind of gave way to that idea of like, well, these things could possibly happen. We've had like some closure and all of these like big crisis events, but there's still, these other things can happen. And the next Batman was, of course, one of those things that could happen. Very cool title, very neat characters, and it expands on the whole Fox family, Lucius Fox and his family, and I've always liked that character as well, and I like just reading more about that whole thing. And then more Batman. Got a couple. These are the last two books here. It looks like Batman 108 meets Miracle Molly, also featuring Ghostmaker. This has been a really cool, brought to you by Coca-Cola. This has been a really cool run recently with this new formation of Batman after some of these recent events with like the Joker War and everything going on. Kind of like a re-establishing of his universe and how the dynamics of crime fighting work. He's dealing with the loss of money and kind of like new characters, new people on the board. And it's very fresh, very, very cool artwork. And I'm really, really liking this new, like these colors that we're seeing a lot, kind of like the same as in Punchline, and it's a very cool contrast to the very dark, gritty Gotham, and then all of a sudden we start to throw in these really cool colors. Got a variant here, and I just love it. Always been a big fan of any of these like bright neons, anything from like that's kind of screams 80s and 90s. These kind of remind me a lot of the neon lights you might see in Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. And a lot of people didn't really like those movies. I wasn't a big fan of them when they came out. But as I see later on, they're kind of like a play on the old Adam West Batman movies. I kind of like them a little bit more, even though they're like really stupid. That kind of that cheese factor, I guess, is just really fun. But they've got that neon, cool, like bright lights that the city has in Gotham, and I kind of feel like they're doing something similar with that in the books right now. Which I don't know, kind of like it. It's kind of bringing the cinematic world and some influences that people don't really use a whole lot. People like to use, if they're going to use cinematic influences, that original Batman with Michael Keaton, or stuff that's maybe a little bit more similar to Christian Bale's work. But people really don't like to pull a whole lot of material from the Batman Forever and the Batman and Robin stuff. But I feel like if that's what they're doing here and that's where they're going, thumbs up, because that's a really, really cool idea. Now, we also at the grocery store because we're going to be doing some tacos today because it is Cinco de Mayo, and I know most Mexicans don't really give a crap and don't celebrate it. Here in America, we do. So, while at the grocery store, I did pick up some toys here for my friend David. He's actually from Guatemala, and he's a big, huge fan of superheroes and Marvel. And while I was in the grocery store, I actually found a nice little set here of some Marvel action figures. Let's just go ahead and pull these out, show you real quick. We got Iron Man. This is going to be so much fun to pop in today to work. I think he's hanging out at the restaurant. He's the son of the dishwasher there, and he's just a lot of fun. I love hanging out with David. So we got him that. We got him the Incredible Hulk there. God, it's going to be so cool. I can't wait to like open these. Like be playing and hanging out. We got Captain America, although there's a new Captain America now, and the Black Panther. And again, weird, Wakanda Forever. Kind of starting with the Black Panther, ending with the Black Panther. Now, oh, I almost forgot something that came out. Monday was this huge look at Marvel and all the cinematic stuff they've got coming out. So I took a minute aside from my Star Wars marathon and decided to film my reaction. So before I get out of here, I will be showing that to you guys. But that was a really, really big moment. I was expecting to see some stuff just on the Eternals. If you haven't watched it, go to IMDb, check this thing out. It was absolutely moving. When you watch the video, you can see I was not ready for what I saw. It was so moving, so powerful, and it was such a great like culmination of everything that's come out, and then all the stuff that's getting ready to hit the big screen. And I think what was most important is the big screen has always been really important to me. Today's my dad's birthday, and he would take us to the movies on his birthday. We would go to the movies for everything, for every weekend. I don't think there was a film that came out in the 80s and 90s that we didn't see on the big screen. And so to get people back into the theater and to promote not just movies, but getting back to the movies was really powerful for me. We've had some really bad things happen, some shootings and some awful things happen in the theater. And those things really hit me hard because that's my safe place. That's where I go to watch these films. And I can't count on my fingers how many times I've sat down in the theater by myself and just watched Spider-Man, The Incredible Hulk, Batman, all of these movies, and just taking it in for myself and not needing anybody there. Just I can sit there alone, escape in this little world, and that's exactly what this was. It was a message at letting people know that this is what this is. It's an escape. It's a place that you can go and feel happy and feel safe. And it was so good to get that out and to see that and get that message to people. I'll see you guys at the movies. I can't wait to get back. Not quite feeling safe getting back there now. But I will be back at the movies. I will be seeing these things on the big screen, and I'm pretty excited, to see that we're kind of getting back to some of the the way life used to be. Now, I'm one of those big people who say, like, we're never going to go back to life exactly how it used to be. You know, the toothpaste doesn't go back in the tube. Once you squeeze it out, it's out, and you kind of have to move forward with what you got. But it is really satisfying to know that we are getting back to some normality, and that, like I said, things are looking pretty on the up and up. So again, so far it's been a great week. Thanks for hanging out. We got Mother's Day coming up this week. Hopefully, you guys got some cool plans and some cool stuff planned for your mom. My mom just joined the Legion, so we'll probably be hanging out in the 31st century, doing something really fun this weekend ourselves. Yeah, guys, until next time, like I said, just thanks for hanging out with me. Don't forget to comment down below, subscribe, share, all that jazz. And until next time, again, don't spend your quarter anywhere else, guys. Love you. Thanks for hanging out. Bye. Later. Peace. Sorry, getting a little emotional. Oh yeah, check out. Here it is. Roll the reaction footage now. There we go. See you guys. Here we go. Take a look. Well, good morning, guys. Welcome. This is my reaction video to the Eternals first look. I woke up this morning to like a lot of news, a lot of messages from friends letting me know that there was a whole bunch of titles released. My wife telling me as well. So I hopped on the internet just to kind of check the validity of some of this, and I found this video, but instead of just watching it, I figured I'd get set up real quick and actually give you guys a chance to watch me watch this first look at Eternals.
Invest with purpose. What is it that you hope to achieve? What is your enough?
This is supposed to change the whole MCU, from what I hear. It's like a whole big game changer.
I love being with people. It's the most incredible thing in the world.
What are you doing?
I'm already getting the feels. I love Stan's voice.
That world may change and evolve, but the one thing that will never change, we're all part of one big family. That man next to you, he's your brother. That woman over there, she's your sister.
Oh wow, I wasn't.
Faster, baby. That's right.
I don't think I was ready for this.
We're all part of one universe that moves ever upward and onward to greater glory. On your left.
What am I looking at? Oh, not ready. Not ready first thing in the morning for this.
I've lived a lot of lives. But I'm done running from my past. We have
I looked at Black Widow.
When you love something, you fight for it.
Oh, this is about getting back to the theaters too.
We're the ones who changed everything.
Oh, here are their titles. Oh wow, this is so cool. see you at the movies. I love it. Wow, that was clearly I was not ready for that at all, but that was absolutely amazing. Guys have to check it out for yourself. The first look at the Eternals. Not a whole lot of Eternals in there, but man, has it got me jazzed to get back to the theater. And I think that's part of what this little promo was about. But anyway, guys, it's I'm still in the midst of my Star Wars. It's Monday, May the 3rd. Wanted to take a little break from Star Wars to kind of check this out with you guys. So I'm gonna get back to Star Wars and I guess cry some more.
What are you doing? Oh, would you have a root beer float?
Yeah.
You like them, right?
Yes.
You know, right here. Oh, that store. They have all four.
All four. You guys all still play with toys, but keep them as a home.
Dude, I have like action figures all over my room. I show Andrew what's in there.
Black Panther.
Hell yeah.
Black Panther here. R.I.P. by the way. You got Hulk
Okay.
here. You got Captain America here. And we got Iron Man here.
What's up, bro?
Best characters ever.
Yes, sir.
Even Spider-Man. Don't forget about it.